Hello, I'm Julia Cordova. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking my videos. I super appreciate it. So last week I talked about scalping GDX or gold miners if it were to make a dippier dip, which it did. And then I also talked about buying ES or SPX puts if the market were to zip up on Monday, which it did. And then the market followed a very similar path to the last volatility day that we looked at. And so yay, if you got in on that action with me. So what's going to happen this week? A lot of people really concerned with crypto. It pooped on Friday night, but so far it's held all the key levels. So I'm not actually that concerned at this time with what that might mean for the market. I am actually bullish biased for this next week. I'll show you on the charts where I might be wrong about that. But I think we'll see the everything rally this week. I think we'll see the markets rally. I think we'll see oil rally. And I think that we'll see gold and the precious metals rally. Could be wrong about that. I don't know, but I'll show you on the charts where we're wrong. Okay, ready? Whoop. All right, let's talk charts. Okay, let's start off by looking at ES or SPX weekly futures. So we finally tested and then got below that pink line that we've been looking at. I talked last week about the momentum, I think, the buying momentum weakening a little bit. But that still said, all we've done so far is test the 20 weekly MA. And then guess what? We bounced up from it. What? That's still bullish. We are still bullish until we do not bounce back above this 20 MA, okay? So if we regain 4583, I will be super bullish, especially if we can hold right there. That is the key value for this week, is that 4583 above bullish, below questionable, but not bearish until we're below this 20 MA on the weekly, okay? Okay, let's look at the daily. All right, so yeah, let me just make that big. So last week I showed you a very similar volatility day, which was right here, and then look at the price action after, and then look at this price action after. What? It looks pretty similar, doesn't it? But guess what happened after that? Whoop. So whoop, I don't know. Now we're still below this channel. On the daily, I'm going to feel safer being long above 4557. I did buy volatility calls for this. Wait, no, puts. Sorry, volatility puts. I just hit the microphone for this week because I think that the market will recover here. I mean, it might not. Okay, and below 4474. And below that 20 MA on the weekly, I'm going to get a little nervous, but I bought the dip, so hopefully it stops dipping. Yeah. Okay, but these are the figures I'm watching. 4557 Sunday night / Monday. Then much better here above this. Let's call it 4600, but 4594 level. That will be a yay. All right, let's look at Nasdaq. Okay, Nasdaq Weekly. Big picture. So we hit the top of the channel. We bounced off of it. We aren't quite down to the bottom of this channel yet. Honestly, I was hoping that it would have happened last week, so I could have been like, boop, buy, 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 buy. But it didn't quite get low enough for me to boop buy the Nasdaq. However, I still think that we've got. I mean, I don't know a lot from this weekly chart, to be frank, but it still does not look bearish to me. It's still above the 20. It's actually right on the 9 where it closed. So I just really, I'm focusing on the stuff that I'm more confident in, but it would not surprise me at all to see the market just boop right back up. And in fact, if you look at the big picture, I mean, this green candle from this past week, I mean, it's not like this candle, right? It's not like, ew, oh no, right? It's more like, wait, am I or am I not? So we really don't know. And so that's really what I have to say about Nasdaq, because we really don't know, okay? Now, looking at the daily, and I didn't draw this line in, this was there. We closed right above where we needed to close to be the I don't know, right? So the sort of key level, if you will, this week, I think is about 15,700 or so above bullish, below rut row. 15,606, in my opinion, is a very good place to take a buy. And I drew this in because potentially this is not a Head and Shoulders, right? Some people had potentially identified it as one, but no, it's not a Head and Shoulders. So potentially, if this is a megaphone, it's got a bottoming here. Let me put it in the bottom just in case we get a lower low. What? Oh, I was hitting the wrong button. Okay. So 15,510 or so would be the bottom of the megaphone, but 15,606, in my opinion, is a good risk reward to buy, and above 15,700 looks good. Looks good to me. And then a breakout would be, at least for Friday/Monday. I don't think it's going to get all the way there, but it'd be this pink line. Okay, let's move it down a little bit. So that would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday would be 16,199. Okay, or so. All right, now let's talk about small caps. Okay, so we closed right on the bubble 2 weeks ago, but then, last week, but then this past week, I don't know how to say that, but anyway, this past week, we did not quite get back above where I'd be like, all right, cool, looks good. However, and you know what, I did say if it closed below here, rut row, but it wasn't such a dire candle. I wish it had been a little more dire, because it's easy for me to buy more dire things. Anyway, what I see so far is, if you were to not look at this as a triangle and you were to look at this as sort of a range bound box, with this area being the low end of the box, it looks like to me still a higher low, bigger picture. It's a little lower than this low. Don't get on me about that. I'm talking about these things. Okay. So far, so good. However, not good, but it's going to look bullish, more bullish, above 2199.3. And then, this area is super, super good risk reward, I think, for at least scalping for it to go up. But if it goes straight up here, this 2199.3 is the area to sort of yay, nay. And then back above this robot line, it's going to look very constructive. That's all the MAs as well, right up here. You know what I'm saying? So it would have gotten back above the 50. That's probably going to be the 20 MA this week, this robot line. So watch that there. And then back above the rocket, yay, 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 yay. Okay. I do not have a position in small caps. It's just too wild for me. Can you believe it? All right, let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin pooped on Friday. And into Saturday, but it bounced back up and held this key. So as long as it's holding this key level, which is 48480.8, let me move that over. I swear, I think I move it over and then investing.com moves my stuff, but I'm just going to save it again just in case. But anyway, as long as it's holding this key, I think it's okay. This is a pretty freaking big wick, and I think that means that people bought the dip. Okay, so let's look at okay. And then back above this area, 51,465 or so, much better looking, but it looks like to me people are buying the dip. So do I think that the market is going to poop because crypto pooped? No, because look what happened. We bought the dip in crypto, so I think we're going to buy the dip in the market. Let's look at Ethereum. Same thing. Pooped and then bounced and then has stayed above this key, 3969. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as it closes above this key, yay. I talked about potentially this being a Head and Shoulders last week, but no, maybe, but no. Anywho, I think it's going to go higher. They're all going to go higher. And Doge, oh my God. Last week I said, it could go all the way down to 13. Hope not. And then it did. Ew. But at least we were prepared for it, mentally prepared for it, hopefully financially prepared for it. I still think it looks like consolidation. So am I happy about it? No. But at the same time, I think that if all of crypto dies, of course Doge will die. If crypto goes up, I think Doge will go up as well. And I think it will go up disproportionately. I don't know why I think that, but I just do. Well, I know why I think that, but I do think that. And so if it gets back here, then it'll be a no bueno, in my opinion. If it gets above 0.19 or so, then I think that'll be a buy. I think that'll be the beginning of these things starting to curl up if it can get back above 0.19. I am hodling. All right, let's look at gold miners. Okay, let's look at the weekly chart. Focus on that one. Okay, so I had hoped, I had said that as long as it got back above this redemption line, that I was going to hold it and not reduce. It did not, but it got close enough. Gold got close enough. I was impressed with the strength that I saw in gold on Friday. And so I'm hodling that. I still believe that we will potentially see a very Merry Christmas. We're only going to know that this week. I think this week is going to be, just like for the markets, it's going to be make or break for miners. So miners are going to look super much more bullish above this 31.27 zone, and then we will go from there. But if we do not close, especially this next week, above this redemption, it's a no bueno, in my opinion. It's gotten a higher low so far, right? Because somebody said to me, well, NIM made a lower low. I don't invest in things that made well, okay, very helpful though. But this is, GDX has not made a lower low. GDX has not made an all-time low. GDX has made a higher low so far. So this is about it's about the most dire I'd like to see it though. If it gets much lower, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's look at gold. Okay, so gold got back above that 1780 area I was talking about. Not quite to my key. What is my, because I moved my key up because I'm that person. But this dashed orange line was my key for very much time. So it didn't quite get above that, but to me, this looks like it's a maybe. It looks like I'm trying to not look dire, even though everything else looked dire. It showed relative strength on Friday. GDX showed relative strength on Friday. I think it's a buy. I think this is the time to buy. I think this is one of the last times to buy before it's going to go high. Okay, that's what I think. Let's go to silver. Silver bounced right off of the bottom of the channel from last week, and it's not quite up to my accumulation zone yet or not, but it's still, even though my thing is drawn, my little thing is drawn here, this is also looking like it's gotten a higher low so far. So we want it to maintain this. Any lower than this, and it's a want, in my opinion. Okay, but it closed right on RSI support. See that, right? So I think it's going to go higher this week along with everything else. Let's look at oil. Why do I think oil is going to go higher? Look at XOP. It did the thing, right? It did the thing. And now it filled this gap that I was looking for it to fill. Okay. And now I give it permission to go higher again. I think it's going to go higher with the market and everything else. And oil really could have pooped last week. And I know a lot of people think it did, and it did, but it bounced. So, however, RSI is a little bit below support here. So it's going to have some work to do, and it closed a little bit below this 50 MA, but I still think there's a possibility for it just to get a little bit higher this week and to be a little more constructive given the XOP action. Okay, the fact that we bounced off of this channel line, I think it's good. I think it's bullish. All right, let's look at Nutty. Okay, Nutty, I dipped my toe in there this week right about here, and then added, of course, right about here. But it's so far it's not. I mean, does it look bad? Let's look at the daily. It looks bad to some. However, this robot defended line for me is key at 4.814. There is it pretty much, by the way, opened on Sunday night and it went, right? So there's a huge ass gap right here, okay? There's a little gap right between Thursday and Friday, but right here. So the most bullish thing that Natty could do, in my opinion, is to fill this little gap right away, get her done, and then go straight to the moon, right? It can open higher and then go higher, but that is not as bullish to me as if it tries to fill this, the sooner it fills this gap, basically, and it could do it on Sunday, it could do it on Monday, you know, Sunday, Monday. If it fills the gap on Sunday, Monday, it's more bullish to me than if it waits to fill the gap till later in the week. But it's still, I think, accumulation zone. I think so. I mean, a nice doji here would not be upsetting to me because, yeah. But specifically, a want and then a want would not be upsetting to me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's look at Joe. Oh, just an inside candle this past week. I don't typically like to see hammers and uptrends, but it's still very bullish to me, even if it gets all the way down here to this 58, 59 level, which would be a back test of the breakout because there is a little gap right here. Okay, but it's still bullish to me if it gets there, and even down to 5604, still bullish to me. That, I think coffee is going to be the lumber of 2022. Okay, all right, yeah, because that's not this year. I was like, what year is this? Okay, anyway, okay, that's it. Thank you so much again. Oh, I'm making myself big. Thank you so much again for subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking my videos. I really appreciate it, and I will see you on the interwebs this week. Okay, bye.